This is written as one seamless narration, modern Napoleon Hill philosophy, intense and immersive. No summaries, no previews, no breaks, pure voice overflow. There comes a moment in every life when excuses lose their power, a moment when the noise of the world fades, and you are left alone with one uncomfortable truth. You have been negotiating with your potential, not because you are incapable, not because you are unlucky, but because you never decided. Most people drift through life believing that time will clarify their direction, that motivation will arrive like a rescue signal, that confidence will appear once conditions improve. But history exposes a different reality. Nothing changes until a decision is made. Napoleon Hill discovered this truth while studying the great architects of human achievement. Men like Andrew Carnegie, who rose from poverty to command industries, Thomas Edison, who endured failure so frequently it became his teacher, Henry Ford, who was laughed at for believing the impossible. They did not begin with certainty. They began with decision. A decision is not a thought. It is not an emotion. It is not a burst of inspiration that fades with fatigue. A real decision is a contract you sign with your future self. Once signed, you stop arguing with circumstances. You stop explaining yourself. You stop waiting for permission. You move. This is why indecision is so dangerous. It feels harmless. It disguises itself as patience, caution, realism, but indecision slowly erodes identity. It teaches the mind to hesitate. It trains the nervous system to retreat. It conditions the soul to settle. And the tragedy is this: most people do not fail loudly. They fail quietly by never fully committing. Napoleon Hill called these people drifters, not because they lacked ambition, but because they lacked definiteness of purpose. A drifting mind is easily influenced by fear, by opinion, by distraction, but a decided mind becomes immovable. Once you decide, something subtle but powerful shifts inside you. Your attention sharpens. Your standards rise. Your tolerance for excuses collapses. You stop asking, what if this doesn't work? And start asking, what must I become to make this work? This is the birth of belief. Belief is not blind optimism. It is not pretending obstacles don't exist. Belief is the quiet conviction that your actions, repeated daily, will eventually command results. And this is where persistence enters. Persistence is misunderstood. People imagine persistence as aggression, as force, as relentless intensity. But real persistence is calmer than that. It is waking up and doing the work even when enthusiasm has expired. It is returning to the plan when no one is watching. It is continuing long after applause has disappeared. Napoleon Hill wrote that persistence is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. Without it, pressure breaks you. With it, pressure forges you. Every great achievement is simply the visible outcome of invisible persistence. Thomas Edison did not conquer darkness in a moment of genius. He conquered it through repeated effort, guided by unwavering resolve. He failed thousands of times, not because he was wrong, but because success demanded endurance. This is the law most people never accept. Life tests commitment before it rewards achievement. And the test is always the same. Will you continue when results delay? Will you persist when doubt grows louder than faith? Will you honor your decision when comfort invites retreat? Most people quit here. They say they tried. They say it wasn't meant to be. They say the timing wasn't right. But timing is not discovered. It is created. The moment you persist despite uncertainty, you step into alignment with your purpose. Purpose is not something you find in the distance. It is something you activate through action. Andrew Carnegie did not wait for clarity before building. He built, and clarity followed. Purpose sharpens when effort is applied consistently in one direction. This is why scattered effort produces scattered lives. Focus is power. When you divide your attention, you divide your results. When you chase everything, you master nothing. But when you decide, once truly decide, and persist daily, your energy stops leaking. You become precise. You become intentional. You become dangerous to your limitations. This is where discipline replaces motivation. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls. Discipline is structural. It holds when emotion collapses. Discipline is not restriction. It is freedom from self-betrayal. Each day you persist, you reinforce a new identity, an identity that does not quit, an identity that does not negotiate with weakness. And identity shapes destiny. You do not rise to the level of your goal. You fall to the level of your self-image. This is why persistence is transformative. It does not just change outcomes. It changes who you believe yourself to be. The moment you see yourself as someone who finishes, who endures, who stays the course, your behavior aligns automatically. And once behavior aligns, results become inevitable. Not immediate, not easy, but inevitable. Because the universe responds to consistency. It bends to those who refuse to drift. And when you decide once and persist daily, something remarkable happens. Life stops testing your intention and starts responding to your commitment.